What's up, math scholars and math haters? This is Mr. W. Today we're going to tackle question 33 in the 5th grade questions that North Carolina released this past school year. The question tells us that Lou has two sets of numbers. The first set starts with 3 and follows a pattern of increasing by 5. The second set starts with 39 and follows a pattern of decreasing by 6. And we're supposed to find out how many numbers the two sets have in common. So in order to do a question like this and to do it really well, we just need to know how to find, use, and work with, in general, number patterns. Alright, so I want to start with the one vocabulary word that you might not know, and that's this word set. Set means that if we look at this first set of numbers that starts with 3 and keeps the pattern going, every number that follows that pattern is going to be in our set. If we have a second set, starts with 39 and follows a pattern of decreasing by 6, every number in this pattern is going to be included in our set. Now, these patterns could go on forever, but we're actually not going to keep them going, because if we see that the first set starts with 3 and increases, the second set starts with 39 and decreases, what that tells me is that with each pattern, as we keep going, once we get to the other starting number, so in the first pattern, if we get above 39, and in the second pattern, if we get below 3, we can stop trying to extend the pattern and trying to keep the pattern going at that point, because there's no way we'll find numbers in common. So let's start with this first set. We start with 3, and if it's increasing by 5, that tells me I need to add. So 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 5 is 13, plus 5 is 18, plus 5 is 23, plus 5 is 28, plus 5 is 33, plus 5 is 38, plus 5 is 43, and I'm going to stop there because we just hit the end of anywhere where there could be common numbers, because we got above 39. So now I'm going to start my second pattern, and I see decreasing, and I say that means subtract. So I start with 39, and 39 minus 6, I'm going to just do this here for the sake of time, but you'll have your calculator if you see a problem like this, presumably. So you can use your calculator to follow along with me on this. 39 minus 6 is 33. Minus 6 is 27. Minus 6 is 21. Minus 6 is 15. Minus 6 is 9. Minus 6 is 3. Minus 6 is negative 3. And at this point, now that I've hit negative 3, I'm below 3. So for both of these patterns, I found every possible number in this range that I can, and now I can look for common ones. I take 3. Do I see 3 anywhere? Yes, I do. 3 and 3. 8, I don't see 8. 13, I don't see 13. 18, no. 23, no. 28, no. 33. I see 33 in both patterns, so that's another number that they have in common. 38, no, and 43, no. So the only two numbers that these two sets have in common are 3 and 33, since the question was asking how many numbers do they have in common. My answer is going to be D. They have two numbers in common. And the only, the biggest thing I had to do to get the numbers that these patterns had in common was just treat this like a map, or treat it like a recipe. Start at a number and keep following the directions. Add by 5, start at 39, subtract 6, and figure out what common numbers I had in each pattern.